in the animal case, right? So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the features or propositions that are true in the animal case, and I'm going to one by one make them true in the human case. So we have like intermediate possible worlds where we have uh, like a human with just a cow tail, a human with like chicken wings or some like yeah, things like that, right? So I'm just go so if we just index it to cows, maybe like we could be like, or in the first world we have a human with a cow tail, then human with hooves, then human with cow tail and hooves. We have human with cow hair, and then we'll just extend it to all like one hair, two hair, three hairs, all the way over to whatever number of hair a cow has or whatever. And I'm just making the like I'm just moving from the human, like from the animal world. I'm just making all the propositions and making them true in the animal world, sorry, in the human world. So my question is, at what point do you think moral value is being, first of all, I'll just ask you if there is a point anywhere in this process where you think moral value is being lost.
When it's no longer a human, and to be fair, it's not really a human anymore. If it starts getting chicken wings, then it's something different. So once it stops
Mhm.
being a human, that's when it stops getting moral consideration.
Okay, can you give me more clarity on what you mean when you say human? Like, are you referring to just genetic proximity?
Um, it could be different things. It could both be something like a Homo sapiens or something belonging to the Homo genus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it could also
So,
be like anatomical descriptions of a human, for instance. Um, 2 arms, 2 legs, um, 1 head, and all this, and a bit more detail because I know a lot of things have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. And then go more into detail about that anatomical description, so it only describes humans.
okay, wait. So, like it's not clear what the trait is. So, are you
The trait
talking
is
about
human.
humans? Yeah, I know that, but I don't know what you mean when you say human. So, are you referring to just like genetic proximity, or do you have something else to add on to?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna have to be.
so
And this
let's
is what
say
happens every time the discussion is about when the trait is human. Suddenly, it's like no one knows what a human is. Like, are you suddenly gonna
oh
look at a
no,
human
I
and
don't
say like,
think
"Ooh, is
that's
that a human?" Or
I
like,
don't
is
think
are you
that's
asking?
true at all. But
Like, like I'm kind of confused. Like even the relevance of this question,
I mean,
because
you're
it's a
specifying
mix
some
of both.
trait, right?
It's a mix of both genetic properties
Hmm.
and anatomical properties.
Okay.
And let's say I describe it as someone having 2 arms, and just because someone that has 1 arm doesn't mean that it's um magically not a human anymore. Um,
Yeah,
so it's
so
hard to
it's
say
not clear to me
with
how
these like
you're
it's
using
hard to
that
say with
word.
these like hypotheticals where it's like a human with chicken wings. At what point does it not become a human anymore? That
Hmm.
becomes like
No,
philosophical
that
masturbation
wasn't
at
the,
its highest.
one sec. That
Okay,
wasn't the question. The
okay.
question was, at what point is moral value being lost?
When it's no longer a human.
Okay, yeah. So I'm now, but I have no idea what you mean by human. So I'm just asking you to provide clarity on the usage of the term human.
I don't know. I don't have like a foolproof definition of human.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can
But
like
I
that.
can try
That's the
and see
thing. That's
here.
why I asked you, right? So, like, if you're talking about like some genetic nomenclature, like how we classify humans into Homo sapiens,
Okay,
things like
okay,
that,
wait,
based on like mitochondrial DNA or things like that. There are ways to like classify humans as like, well, yeah, but like, is that what you're referring to? Are you just referring to like
yeah,
them
mainly
being
to
members of Homo
animals.
sapiens?
Yeah, Homo sapiens mainly. Yeah.
Okay. So just to be clear, if there was a being that wasn't Homo sapien, uh, you would be okay with holocausting them, right?
Um, as a stand, as a baseline, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, let me just ask you this. Let's say um, you walk down the road and I give you this hypothetical genetic tester, which works sort of like a metal detector. You just move it across somebody's body and it'll tell you whether they belong to Homo sapiens or not. Now, let's say you walk down the road, right? And you decide to move your genetic testing machine over some random person on the road. And just by chance, it happens to be the case that this person, um, like they appear like human and they behave like humans in every other way, but the machine just says they are not human. They don't belong to Homo sapiens. Now, would it be uh, permissible on your view to holocaust this person?
First of all, two things. I don't think we've ever like
Can you just answer the
observed.
question before you go on that?
Well, I think it's kind of a fallacious question. I would say
Wait. Can you just answer the question with a yes or no before you start?
with a yes or no.
Yeah. Do you
Um,
think it would be permissible on your view
no,
to just murder this person?
no.
It won't be permissible.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I think that just straightforwardly entails a contradiction on your view.
No. I said like Homo sapien. If it's not a Homo sapiens on that baseline, then it should not get moral consideration. But let's say by some
Yeah, and then
miracle,
I gave you
wait.
yeah.
Let's say by
Yeah, but
some
one
miracle
sec.
that
Do you
okay.
appreciate the contradiction?
Well, let me speak first. Then we'll see about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've like the point is that there is a contradiction that's being derived on your view, and I want to know if you appreciate the contradiction that's being derived. Do you see the contradiction?
Yeah, if you take nah, because I didn't say like if it's not a Homo sapiens, then in all cases it doesn't have moral consideration. That's why I used the word at baseline. Like there would be, let's for instance say there was some person that by some miracle was genetically not a Homo sapiens, then we could make an exception for that because that's a further evolution of a human who belongs to the Homo genus.
I mean, so you're indexing it to homogeneous now, not Homo sapien anymore.
Um, I'm not sure. It's hard to say because we have like Homo sapiens. We've never experienced observed any person not being a Homo sapiens. So I don't really know how to take a stance on that
Yeah, I
question.
mean, I mean, okay. So you're saying this is indexed to the genus Homo, right?
Um.
Being human is being indexed to being a member of the genus Homo.
Yeah.
Okay, now remember that, but don't go back on it. Okay. Uh, so yeah, the question is, let's say Superman shows up. Now, I don't think Superman belongs to Homo sapiens. I don't think he belongs to the genus Homo. He's from planet fucking Krypton. So yeah, he definitely doesn't belong in the evolutionary tree that would entail him being in the same genus or whatever. Um, so
Mm.
is it permissible to Holocaust Superman and his relatives?
I think I might have to think about it.
Just answer the question first. Is it permissible to Holocaust Superman and his relatives? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, you don't think it is permissible?
Can I, no. And I would like to
Okay,
change
so
one
that's
thing.
contradiction number
Wait.
two.
Yeah. I will actually change the trade a bit. Can I do
Yeah,
that?
yeah. You can first acknowledge that like that your view entailed a
Yeah.
contradiction, and then we can go. So you do
Yeah.
you concede that you've
Yeah. To
Contradict
contradict.
yourself twice. Okay, good,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that we could do the trade in some other way. So first of all, it could be either someone who belongs to the genus Homo, or someone who has sapient features, such as the capacity for speech and um, advanced communication with other people.
Oh, that's a very vague term. What does it? What does advanced communication mean?
Speech, for instance.
Speech.
Yep.
Okay, so if super. Wait. So is that it, or do you want to add more?
What?
Like, is the like? Have you updated your view enough, or do you want to
Uh,
add more?
well, I would say it could be like either a primate belong to the Homo genus, or something that has a large brain and has a capacity for speech.
Okay, but one sec. So it's either so it's going to be an exclusive disjunction over here. Oh, sorry, an inclusive disjunction over here. So you have this being is either a primate of the genus Homo, or the the other two traits are in a conjunction, or are they in a disjunction too?
Um, what do you mean by that? I mean, what I'm saying is like if there's something that's not a primate of the genus Homo, and
Mm-hmm.
they can speak, they have the capacity for speech and a large brain. I would say they
Wait, but
also
the
get more
capacity for
consideration.
speech, the capacity of speech and having a large brain both have to be true at the same time, or are you fine with only one being the case?
We can just say having a capacity for speech.
Okay, so you want to remove the large brain thing?
Uh, well, it then becomes something about like what is speech, and like
No, I
just making
mean
noise is not
no. One
speech.
sec,
Oh,
one sec.
okay.
So, I do you want to remove the large brain trait, or do you want to
Yeah,
keep?
we can just remove it.
Okay, so now we have an inclusive disjunction of primate belonging to genus Homo and having capacity for speech, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's say Superman and his relatives cannot talk. They're all mute. Is it okay to holocaust them now?
Well, the capacity for speech doesn't necessarily mean that they can speak, but that's somewhere in there. They have the capacity for it.
Yeah, I'm just stipulating that they're all mute, so they clearly don't have the capacity for speech.
No, they have the capacity for speech, you could argue, but they just can't speak.
Oh, wait, then what does it mean to have a capacity if they can't speak? Like, I don't know what that means. What does it mean to
Capacity,
have a
I
capacity
think
for speech?
having the capacity for speech means you have like the components for it, such as you have like vocal cords, that could be one thing,
Hmm.
and um, and other members of your species can communicate via language.
Wait, but one sec. So, is the trait having vocal cords?
No,
Then, I mean, then I don't know what
the
capacity for
capacity
speech means.
it just means you have like the necessary machinery required for
Then
speech. It might be
that's what I asked you,
dysfunctional. It
right?
might
Like,
be dysfunctional, but you still have like the machinery inside of you that could produce speech.
yeah, but that's what I asked you. Like, is the trait just having vocal cords and stuff?
Well, a part of it would also be the intelligence to um, to speak a language, for instance. That
Hmm.
also requires quite a lot of intelligence. Not necessarily a large brain, but just high intelligence as well.
So wait, so capacity for speech itself is like a cluster of traits, right? So capacity of speech is like having vocal cords and having the intelligence.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say Superman and his relatives don't like they don't have the intelligence to speak, but they have vocal cords. Or well, the the presence of vocal cords is not going to be a differentiating factor between humans and animals, because animals also have vocal cords. So but the conjunction of those traits is a differentiating factor, like having vocal cords and having the intelligence to speak or whatever. So yeah, let's say Superman and his relatives don't have that. So is it okay to Holocaust Superman and his relatives now?
Uh, let's see. I mean, it's just stupid, this entire line of questioning, I would
Wait. Can you
say.
just answer the question first?
No, but the second Superman doesn't have neither the capacity, doesn't have the capacity for speech, then
In virtue of them lacking the
then he's
intelligence,
not
yeah.
Superman anymore. So it's really that simple.
I'm just talking about Superman in the sense that Superman,
So
as
first
in
of all,
like
we have a
people
fictional
from
character,
Krypton.
and when we have
Yeah.
a weird,
So is it one
impossible,
sec?
contradictory, fictional, different
Wait,
version of this fictional character, then it
is it
becomes stupid
permissible?
beyond
Is
belief.
it
This line of
hold on,
questioning.
hold on. Is it permissible to Holocaust people from Krypton who don't have capacity for speech
This
and
entire,
capacity for
as I said before, this entire line of questioning
yeah,
is
is
stupid,
are
and
you
I should
just
have
going to
called you
answer the
out on it
question?
before as well. You take
Is
fictional characters and
yeah, is it permissible?
you do
Hold
some
on,
contradictory
hold on, hold on.
different thing on them.
Is it permissible to Holocaust people from Krypton? Yes or no?
I refuse to answer such vacuous questions.
Okay, then the debate is just over, right? If you're not going to
Yeah,
cooperate, we're done. Yeah.
yeah. Wait, I have a question.
You can ask me anything after you answer the question, but otherwise we're done.
No, I mean, we are done, but I also like the guy who debated Samir Dosani or whoever it is. I saw him in a debate on this Discord server
Mm-hmm.
as well, and the whole debate was just about like impossible variations of like different animals and how that would conflict with like moral values. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But I will say one thing. I will say one thing. Um, which I
I
had
mean,
another
if you're
debate
not
with
going to
another guy.
interact with the question, none of this is going to be interesting to me. So whatever, you can ramble all you want.
Okay. But I also had another like name and trait discussion, and I would say with another guy, and I would say that if we have two diets which are equal in the outcomes it does to the person, um, and one of them kills less animals than the other, I would say it is reasonable to take the more ethical diet in case there is no repercussions to it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, we are done.
I can feel maybe someone wanted to speak as well. Yeah, so it's a first of all, it's a fictional character, and secondly, there's an impossible and contradictory change he did to that fictional character. Like for instance, he said Superman, but without the capacity for speech. Like already there, it's not Superman anymore. It's a completely different character. Okay, but then again, it's fiction, and
Let me just ask you this. So,
yeah.
if you like lost your ability to speak tomorrow, would you not be Alexa tomorrow?
Wait, I have a question. Wait, can you say that again?
Yeah, let's say you lost your ability to speak tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
You woke up tomorrow morning, and and you find out that you've lost your ability to speak. Are you going to say that you're not the same person anymore? Like you're not Olicsa anymore.
Um, I'm still a human. I'm still myself. You didn't say that if
Yeah,
they
but
magically lost their.
when I took away Superman's ability to speak, you're like it's not Superman anymore. So like being able to speak doesn't
No, you said
make
you
you
didn't
or
even have
break.
the capacity for speech. I still have the
Yeah.
capacity for speech. I just don't speak. That's the difference. But
Okay. I
if
mean,
I
let's.
suddenly don't have, but
I
again,
can
again, yeah,
stipulate that. That's fine. I can
okay, yeah.
stipulate that. Let's say you woke up tomorrow and you find that your vocal cords are gone and you no longer possess like linguistic intelligence or whatever to speak. So are you not Alexa anymore?
I'm not the same person. No.
Okay. I don't know what you mean by same person, by the way. Okay. But I wouldn't take that to you. Like if I woke up the
And
same
oh,
person and I had the same qualia, I wouldn't say that
and
I'm a
also that's
different
never
person.
gonna happen. It's again like this stupid, impossible, fictional
Oh, do you think this is
version of what will
impossible?
happen.
Under what modality do you think this is impossible?
I'm not just suddenly at any point just gonna wake up and suddenly I'm just too dumb to
Okay.
speak
Yeah,
and
that's
also
fine. That's
just lose my
fine.
vocal
So
cords.
you're saying it is impossible, right?
No, it's not impossible. There's probably some way that you could be brain damaged in a way so that you
Wait.
lose.
You made the claim that it is impossible. So are you going to back off that claim or are you going to stick to that claim?
I'm gonna back off that claim, but I thought the debate was over.
Yeah, I mean it is, but I since you keep repeating the impossible thing, I just wanted to get that concession from you.
Okay, I said, yeah, it's not technically impossible to lose your linguistic intelligence and vocal cords.
Okay. Yeah.
But as soon as stuff gets very fictional, like the Superman example, you just lose me. Or like a human with chicken wings or something, it just falls apart. It just doesn't make
When you
sense anymore.
say oh, when you say you like it doesn't make sense in the sense that you don't think it is intelligible, like you don't understand it.
No, it's not that. It just doesn't. It's just basically an oxymoron. Like, for instance, the example with a human with chicken wings, then it's not a human anymore, and it's not gonna happen. There's not suddenly gonna come a human at some point who
I
wakes
don't
up
s-
with chicken
I,
wings, or a
I
chicken
don't
who
see
wakes up with
I don't see why
human
not.
features.
Like if I just took a human and I chopped their hands off and I sued them with chicken wings or something, that person is not going to stop being human.
Wait, so you're sewn on chicken wings on that person?
It could be anything. Like I could sew it on them, or I could move a magic wand and
Yeah, again,
they'll
this
have
with the
chicken wings.
magic wand, and when you sew things on, that doesn't mean that it's actually part of the person. That's different from maybe like having genetic uh, information that encodes for the production of chicken wings. That's very different.
Okay.
And then also the magic wand. Oh,
Yeah, but that doesn't like so if I move a magic wand and they have chicken wings now, do they stop being human?
wait, say that again.
Yeah, like there's a human, right? I move a magic wand and this person doesn't have hands anymore, they have chicken wings. Does this person stop being human?
I don't know. I don't know how to think about weird,
I mean,
non-logical,
see if you're going
fictional. I
to
don't want to. I don't know how
wait
to
wait if you're going to
think about
index
this stuff.
if you're going to index being human to like the genetic um whatever genome they possess, and you use some like mitochondrial DNA or some metric like that to determine if they are human, then moving a magic wand and giving them chicken wings is not going to change their genome. So that's just going to be a contradiction. So that's like contradiction number three now.
No, I didn't make any contradiction. I simply said I refuse to answer that because it's nonsensical.
No. So this is a different contradiction. So you said Yeah, well, we are not talking about the contradiction from name the trade before, right? This is like, this is a different contradiction. This is a different context. Like, you said, you don't know um if you move a magic wand, if you wave a magic wand and you give a human chicken wings, you don't know if they stop being human, right? But it's trivially the case that if you move a magic wand, it's not actually changing this person's genome, and you have defined human in terms of genome before. So
I don't
yeah,
want
so
to. I refuse to answer
on
that question again. As soon as we start playing with magic wands, no,
yeah,
I'm not
okay,
gonna answer it.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can dodge all you want.
Sure.
By the way, I read that you're writing some paper about name the trade.
I'm not
Is that
writing
true?
anything. If you're
Oh,
talking to me, it's not. I'm not.
Wait,
oh, okay. I might have
Apika,
misunderstood. Yeah,
you do know that I think in the UK or some country they operated a pig's brain into a human's brain.
right.
So is that
They've
human
done
not
that for
human anymore?
hearts too.
Oh yeah, sorry, heart. I didn't mean pig brain. I meant
Yeah,
pig heart. Sorry,
heart,
yeah,
not
yeah,
brain.
yeah. Brain transplant is not a possibility yet. But yeah, so is that person not a person or a human not human anymore?
I'll say that's still a human.
Yeah, that's so that's a contradiction.
No, I really don't see why that is.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
like saying
affirm.
that's like saying you have a bacteria in their body, and now suddenly some of your DNA is no longer technically human, and then suddenly, oh
Wait,
wait,
so
it's actually RNA.
what's the difference? What's the difference between like me moving the magic wand and me surgically transplanting hearts into humans, pig hearts into humans?
Probably the fact that there was no genetic component that encoded for that
That's true in
that
both cases.
transplant. Well, I don't know about you, but I've never seen anyone grow a pig heart.
Wait, one sec. So, I was just looking at the logs, and you said, "Bruh, I was just writing a thesis paper about what name the trait is, and I get
Oh
rejected."
yeah, that oh yeah, that was like a joke because I thought Adish actually meant that he didn't know what the name the trait was.
Okay, so you.
So
Oh,
so
okay,
so I
fine.
was writing like a long message, like trying to explain what it was,
Oh,
and
got
then
it,
I
got it, got it.
deleted it
That's
because I
fine.
saw that he was just joking.
Yeah, that's
That
fine.
was what I
Okay.
meant.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Maybe just like a failure to detect sarcasm or something, but that's fine. But anyway, uh, yeah. So, what's the difference between the pig transplant case and the you know uh, magic wand waving, turning into chicken, turning hands into chicken wings uh, situation? Like, what's the difference in between both worlds, such that in one world you think that the person doesn't stop being human in the other case, and in the other world you are agnostic?
I'm not. I didn't say I was agnostic in the other world. I just said I refused to answer. Just for the record.
Oh, okay. No,
And
well,
also, there's a difference between
well, no, no,
surgical.
no, no, no. One
Okay,
sec, one sec.
okay.
Previously, you didn't. Uh, well, you've said you refused to answer, but in another instance, you said that I don't know how to answer that or something like that. So that is also like contradictory. So what is it? Are
That's
you
probably
do you
just
have an
me.
answer?
That's
Did
probably just because I didn't like find a good word to use.
okay?
My
So
English is not
do you
the
have an
best.
answer, but you just refuse to provide it, or do you not have an answer?
Oh, I think I just tried to say that I refused to answer, but I tried to say in another way, and it came out in a different way. I think
That's fine.
that's what
I'm
happened.
asking you to provide clarity,
But
right? So,
like, I think a
do
better
you
way
have an
to
answer that you refuse to provide, or you just don't have an answer?
um again, like the second it starts becoming fictional, I don't think there is an answer to be given other than fictional answers, and well, it just becomes a bunch of nonsense. I would
Okay,
say,
but
but let's say we did
but
the
you're not
exact
answering
same
my
thing.
questions again, right? Like, are you saying you have an answer but you refuse to give it, or are you saying that you don't have an answer? Which is
I
it?
haven't thought. One thing is I haven't thought about it long enough to have an answer. Because not just
Oh,
that simple,
so that's
but
you not
also,
having an answer, not you
but could you
refusing to
also
answer.
say it in the same way that if we just surgically cut off someone's hands and we surgically sewn on chicken wings,
Mm-hmm.
would that be like the same as your hypothetical?
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
then I would say they're still a human. Just
okay.
because you cut some part out of them and uh, manually like replace it with something else doesn't mean that that person somebody some for some reason just becomes something else.
Okay, so let's say there was this baby that was born, which was identical to humans uh, in every other way, except for them having chicken wings instead of hands. You think this baby won't be human?
If they're born that way,
Mm-hmm.
um, then would probably be like a special case which would need some thinking, and then it's hard to say because again now we have like these impossible alternative universes or whatever you think of, or like
Wait, yeah,
impossible
one sec, one sec.
hypotheticals.
I'm not hearing an answer though.
No, because
Is
again I
that
refuse to answer
child
when it starts becoming. At
is that
some point, it
child
just
human or
becomes too
no?
crazy. A child is never gonna. Almost, I'm 99.999% certain, even more than that, that is never gonna be a baby
That's
born
fine, but you
with chicken
acknowledge that
wings.
it is possible, right?
Um, it's hard to say what's possible and what's not.
Mm. Okay, but then
I mean,
but again,
because if you say it's
but you're saying it's 99.99%, but you're leaving out that 1%. So
yeah,
that
that's
also
because
seems
you never
contradictory to
know.
me.
Like there may or may not be like a certain
Yeah,
point, but I
right.
don't
So
think. But I'm gonna have to be honest. I don't think that a person right now, under normal circumstance, like that they're gonna ever be born with chicken wings. Like I would say 0% chance for
that's
that.
fine, but
A person in this generation or the next
yeah, that's
generation.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. But like I mean, I think you agree that there might be some case where that actually happens.
Yeah, over many generations, many generations. We
Yeah,
might
so
even
when that
see a
happens,
transition.
yeah, so
Like,
when that happens, right? Is that being a human or no?
that's where it becomes a bit more complicated. Then we could start saying, not necessarily humans, but also if it has the capacity for speech, or we could also say humans and whatever some people
Wait,
may
so
evolve
one
into.
sec. So you're going to wait until the baby starts speaking to decide that?
No, it was just like
Okay, so
some a
you
train of
have
thought
this baby
because
in front of you, right?
so let's say it would be like, yeah, if some per one group of humans like evolved
Wait,
and
so
like
you
transitioned
have this baby in front of you. Do you say that this baby is human or not?
well, again, that depends on a couple of things. And what I'm trying to say is that like if a group of people like they just evolved into a different species than humans.
No, no,
Oh wait, what?
just identical beings. It's just that one child happened to be like that.
That's not gonna. Nah, I refuse to answer that.
Okay.
Nah, nah, not with these like weird, impossible hypotheticals.
Wait, that it's not impossible, right? You've considered that before.
That's different. I would say within, and I said if it's within one generation, like one baby is a human and the other baby is just magically just has chicken wings. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be
Okay.
born with that.
Is that impossible?
I would argue yes.
Okay, so under what modality is that impossible?
Because big changes. in genetics like that would take millions of years to occur.
Wait,
So
I asked you something, right? I asked you under which modality is that impossible?
can you explain modality?
Yeah, like there are like physical modalities and logical modalities where physical modality is just a set of all the laws of physics, um, laws of logic, etc. And a logical modality is just going to be laws of logic. So something that is impossible under a logical modality is just something that violates a law of logic. Something that is impossible under a physical modality is something that violates a law of physics or a law of logic.
Okay, then
So,
I can't name a modality. That would make it
okay.
impossible. But what I was trying to say before was that
So it's not even
if
clear
it's if
if
suddenly,
it's
but
impossible
okay,
at
let
all.
me work with the hypothetical here, even though it's very unlikely and still maybe impossible. Um, I would say if a human suddenly branched into another species like that, there might be some special case where we would redefine the laws. So that could
But
be okay,
I'm not
humans
talking
and
about humans.
and species
Uh,
belonging who possess these traits or whatever it
yeah, I'm not
might be.
talking about like a special yeah, I'm not talking about humans branching out or something. I'm just saying there is this like it's just humans all the way, and then suddenly there is this one baby that has chicken wings. Is that baby human or not? That's all I'm asking.
If that's a human baby, if suddenly no, it's I'm gonna argue it's not possible. I don't have a modality to explain it.
Yeah, then yeah, I mean,
But it
I
definitely
don't
is.
think you can substantiate that claim. Yeah,
No, I can't. But it's
yeah,
not possible. Just trust me, okay?
no.
Nah, nah. If it's all this like
Trust
philosophical
me,
messed
bro.
up bullshit,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
let me just tell you. Why don't you trust me that it is possible? Just trust me, bro. It is possible, bro.
You see, I mean, the problem is I don't know whether that person would be a human based off just a hypothetical because it could be many different things. Like, does its genetics say it's still human, or does its
Yeah,
genetics say other thing?
I'm
And
stipulating
suddenly, I
that their
mean,
genome is
and
identical to
like
other
10
humans.
different variations of that same thing you're describing could be different species. It might be human, it might also not be in certain cases. So it's hard to say, but I
Yeah,
think if
right.
it's
So
also born by a human, that
I'm
also gets more
stipulating.
more consideration.
Yeah, I'm stipulating that their genome is identical to the human genome.
Wait, can you repeat that about
Yeah,
the genome thing?
I'm just stipulating like it is built into the hypothetical that this baby is going to have a genome that is identical to what we consider a human genome.
Okay, it's still hard to say. I'm not sure if I want to answer that because it's still like just hypotheticals. But sure, I would say that person is human. Ah, mm, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I would grant it the same rights as humans because it's basically like 99% human or something. Oh yeah, I would say it's a human. Yeah,
Well, 99%,
yeah. I think it's kind of
because the thing
this.
is like we share a lot of DNA with other, like we share more than 90% of DNA with many
Yeah,
animals. Like
it was just to say a number.
we just differ by like, you know, point some percent.
Yeah, it was just to say a number. It's not like exactly, but yeah, I would say it's a human for the same reason that often we also describe humans as bipedal, having two legs. But just because someone is born with one leg doesn't suddenly mean it's no longer a human. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I would say it's still a human if it magically spawned with chicken wings,
Right.
4 hands.
So that's yeah. I guess that's one thing that also warrants a concession. You made the claim that it's impossible in the past.
No, it
So
was no. I'm not admitting that it's. Not admitting that that it's actually possible. Um, I'm just saying to play along with the hypothetical.
yeah, I mean I get that, but what you said was like Superman without vocal cords or um the capacity to speak is not Superman anymore. So it's just kind of some uh like it's a question of overdetermination. Like um, even if you remove like one or two characteristics, it doesn't stop being Superman. Like you can. It's going to be like a Sorority sequence. Like you remove enough traits at one point, that being is going to stop being Superman, right? But just if you just remove the capacity to speak, I don't think that's sufficient to say that this being is no longer Superman.
Okay, I see a point. Yeah, I'll just say that the Superman analogy is just useless,
It's useless.
impossible.
Wait, now you're
That's
going
a
back to
there's a
impossible.
laws of there. I'm pretty sure there's some laws of physics that would explain why something that is human but at the same time not really human can't just fly. Although I'm not like a comic book nerd, so I don't know if they have like some explanation for it. But like, yeah, everything
Wait,
about
but now you're
Superman
back
just
to
screams
impossibility
impossible.
claim, right? Now you're back to impossibility claims.
Yeah.
So under what modality is it impossible?
Um, I would say I can't name the specific like law of physics, but but it's
Okay,
pretty
so what is
reasonable
the
to
justification for the impossibility claim?
that there's laws of physics prevents a human non-human at the same time from suddenly just flying.
Why would I accept that? Like, what's like, yeah, what's the law
Well,
of
first of
physics?
all, there's action equals reaction. That's the way we thrust rockets into space. And if there's no action, like thrusting Superman up into the air, then how is he flying?
That's just you saying that
And
Superman.
again, it's just like it's a comic book. It's a comic book character. I
Yeah, I
can't
mean
use it
that's
for
just you.
anything.
One sec. So you just saying that Superman flying is logically impossible. Sorry, is physically impossible, right? We are not talking about that. We are talking about
Oh yeah,
Superman
I mean, but the
without.
second Superman, one of Superman's features is impossible, then Superman in and on and of himself is impossible, and I don't see why I should take a stance on his moral consideration.
Oh no, I
Plus,
mean
plus, plus,
you
plus,
could
plus.
say whoa, wait,
One
wait, wait,
thing.
one
Hey,
sec.
no,
So
one sec, one sec.
no, one sec, one sec.
Okay,
So I don't see
okay.
how that follows. Like just because like so like you could just strip Superman from his flying powers or even all powers like Zulu, if you're listening, can you tell me if there is any canonical story where Superman lost all his powers or something like that? I'm sure there are many other superheroes which Mhm. Yeah, so yeah, I mean you could just say that I've
Again,
stripped Superman out of all his powers, and like now the question is it okay to holocaust him?
two things for that. Um, first of all,
Wait, before you give
uh,
me two things,
okay,
can you give me the third thing, which is an answer?
nope.
Okay, then I'm not interested in listening to your two things too.
Okay. Then I'll just say it. You can listen if you want to. Um, so the first thing is that Superman is his appearance, at least, is in every way, shape, and form like a human. Can we
Mm-hmm.
agree on that? Yeah, but he's magically like not human. Like that's never gonna happen at all.
I'm
No
not
one can
sure
look
about that.
like I can't look like a cow when I have the genetic in and when I'm genetically encoded to have a certain appearance. He can't just suddenly be like a person
Mm-hmm.
from
On
outer
which
space.
modality?
I don't know, evolution,
Because it seems perfectly
genetic.
possible to me on a logical modality.
That I can suddenly look exactly like a cow with the genetic material of a human.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's no point in arguing this. See ya.
He ran away.